Yeah, I know.
You know, so I think Plan B should be, if in the future, if this doesn't work, if resident, because so many residents, kids themselves cross the road, people would agree. So there could be a little campaign run by Hunston village people. Maybe in
if you can get the support of the village people, that's the biggest
so,
issue.
but as you said, by the Hunston voice, if we in the
Yeah,
future
we
maybe
could
something
do an
can be
article in
comes in
Voice.
Observer that, you know, as a Hunston village community people lives here wants to do something along that line, and that may push the whole community wants to
to get
do something about the
yeah.
speeding.
Do you think the village would support 20?
I think the village would support 20.
Yeah.
I think the difficulty is not that the village won't support 20, the difficulty is that the county council won't allow it to be 20 because of the significance of the traffic going down to Selsey.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Do you know the reason why the crossing was shot down as well? I'd be interested in that, because it seems like a really obvious problem from my perspective.
That's what we originally requested. We put in a community highway scheme back in 2019.
When did I do the petition for it then?
2020
2 or 3
years
years
ago
ago.
now.
So.
Yeah.
We put the original request in for traffic control crossing here. We had meetings with highways officers and engineers. They wouldn't let us put the lights up directly outside the village hall because there wasn't enough space beyond the actual crossing bit. So it had to go next door, outside Nora's house next door. We got permission from her to put the lights up outside there so that there's enough space from the road backwards to put in pedestrian lights, which makes no sense at all because there's hardly any space at all up by the shops.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah,
It's crazy, aren't they?
and we had a petition with over 300 signatures on it.
Maybe a bit more, I can't remember now.
That's
Yeah,
a
It
large
had
proportion.
at least
I went down
300
every house,
signatures on it.
basically.
Yeah, like that's.
And they wouldn't do it. It was going to cost over £100,000 to put in a light control
So they didn't
crossing,
want to spend the money on it.
and they wouldn't do it. So that's why we just got
So it's just a
what's
cost
out
thing.
there was improved. It was
Yeah.
made wider.
A compromise was met. What they-
Well, I don't think we'd call it that.
No,
What a compromise.
It
Yeah.
always comes
I-
down to
yeah.
budget, doesn't it? They don't have money, so they'll offer you up the sort of the what they can, and that's it.
I have one more thing about the 20 as well. I think everything people have said as well. And also we've got those houses right on the road.
Yeah.
Like, I live in one. And like,
Yeah, you do.
especially because there's more and more traffic going down there. Like, my house like shakes when there's like tractors and lorries going past. And this road is just going to get more busy as time goes on. So from my perspective, they're going to have to slow down the traffic at some point, or else these houses are literally going to fall to pieces. So,
Our problem is we're a feeder road into Selsey and they take priority over us. That's part of the problem. But we'll try. We'll all get behind this and we'll do our best and see what we can do. Okay, Dave, so do you want to keep us updated on that?
Absolutely.
And then if you
Yep.
need anything from us, then obviously do say.
Indeed.
Okay, all right then. Okay, so next item, District and County Councillor reports on matters affecting the parish. To receive reports from and where appropriate, raise questions with District and County Councillors. So that's you, Dave.
I reiterate the apologies from the county councillor that he was called to county as
That's
part
fine.
of the ongoing negotiations.
Please don't worry, that's fine.
Okay. I've just now sent a report to Carol.
Yes.
Right, the most important item is just to thank the very hard-working parish councillors, chair, vice chair, members of subcommittees, volunteers, and parish clerk Cal Smith and assistant clerk Kana Patel. I'm fortunate to work across Chichester District Council, and Hunston is outstanding in its accessibility and commitment to the village.
Oh.
And that's really important that I get
Thanks,
that message over. Okay, moving on to local government reform, which does affect us, as in Hunston, there has been an intervention from Whitehall. They're looking at a hybrid of what was agreed as the submission from a group. The new proposal joins Chichester, Horsham, Mid Sussex and Crawley. Proposal will be subject to consultation again, and we strongly encourage everyone to be part of that. Links will be found on the Chichester District Council website. And I was asking Carol if she can, if it's possible, I don't know, to put the links on the parish website and any media platforms. Be grateful. We're optimistic that the final decision will be the best possible for CDC. It is financially, it could be very good for this proposal from Whitehall, because all of the district councils which are involved in this are very strong financially. There are other connotations to do with housing numbers and so on. It's very complex, but it's extraordinary that, having been asked over the last year to put together a proposal after a lot of very hard work, it is then Whitehall decides to change it.
Yeah.
It's their prerogative, they're the boss, but it's frustrating.
This hasn't been signed off yet, though, has it?
No.
This is still
No,
provisional.
but it will be going out to consultation.
Yeah. The problem is, if Whitehall want this, Whitehall will get it.
Well, I imagine so. I don't work in Whitehall, thank goodness.
No, Dave, but
Yeah.
they're paying lip service with the consultation. If this is what they want to do, this is what they will do.
Let's see what happens. Just a note about district finance. CD finances have been prudently managed over the last year. Investments have enabled the surplus to be considered for careful use for specific projects. And all financial details and monitoring reports are available on the CDC website. The people that work in our investment and finance department are exceptional, and the cabinet member working with them has been able to make some. Well, we are so happy with the way we have the CDC finances have been managed, and it continues to be good. With the new process, that money goes into another pot. However, what it is now is a very good position. On planning, and I've included the solar energy provision at Runcton, because it is of interest to Hunston. It's next door. We don't know what other applications may happen locally, and at Planning Committee we managed to get it refused on several grounds. That went to appeal. The appeal was found in favour of the applicants, but that then was taken to judicial review by a group in Runcton, and the appeal decision was rescinded. But now what we await is the process that the appeal will be reheard. So it isn't over.
No.
The opera singer hasn't sung yet. On Manhood Peninsula, I'll be attending the Manhood Peninsula Partnership in June, working on active travel planning. I have a meeting with the new head of Chichester Free School, and that's planned for tomorrow. This is together with the West Sussex County Council. Councillor Nick Russell will be raising traffic problems caused at drop-off and pick-up, plus cycling and pedestrian paths, plus some other issues.
Okay.
Field opposite Farmfield Nursery, which is it's almost running as long as the Arches.
Yes.
As reported before, I'm in regular talks with CDC enforcement. The long legal process continues, but council has been briefed. Court waiting times are now months. We have no control over that.
No.
The good news is, and I got this last week, good news is a further permanent enforcement officer is proposed. There is a large backlog. A lot of that is due to courts not having time, but I would add that some councils don't have enforcement. So, and it is my feeling that people pay their council tax, and enforcement of these issues is a very obvious example of where their money goes, and it's frustrating that the village has had to have that field full of building materials and other detritus.
Another thing.
Yeah. So, but that's the message on that.
Okay.
The county council election was on the Thursday the 7th, as we know. Balance of West Sussex County Council has changed and several groups are working to form a coalition. Councillor Sarah Sharp did not stand, but I'd like to record my appreciation for hard work for her ward and the willingness to work with us as district councillors. Sarah's fellow party member and Hunston Parish Councillor and resident Benedict Target stood for Chichester South and worked extremely hard and fairly to maintain support. Benedict didn't win this time, but Hunston is fortunate to have such a committed and dedicated parish councillor. I actually met Benedict, was it a Sunday we were campaigning and we bumped into each other? So yeah, he worked really hard. Also, I was fortunate, I wasn't standing, but I was delivering and talking. The successful candidate was Nick Russell, and I look forward to working with him. Parish councillors are special community-minded people. Please support them and consider them. Your community needs you. Okay, so that's
Lovely.
That's my
Thank you,
report.
David, very much for all that.
Yeah.
Yes, and well done again, Benedict.
Just as I have another meeting now.
Yes, no, that's
and
fine.
You're
David.
sure it's okay?
Yeah.
If any items come up.
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Yes.
So I know that in May 2027 there will be parish council elections, and there are due to be district council elections.
Yep.
Do you know when you will know whether they will take place?
Funny, I was talking to the officers this morning, and they're going to come back because we were asking questions about the timing of things. I believe it will be. It will be in May because of annual general meetings and that whole process. But I'll find. I'm talking to Tiffany.
But given you will only have a 1-year term.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it'll be a shadow. It's going to be quite an extraordinary
So
situation.
there will definitely be 2 lots of elections next year. There'll be
Yes.
parish council elections and the shadow elections.
Yeah. Yeah.
My question is, do we know yet whether there will also be district council elections, because that will only be for 1 year?
Yeah, I don't think they are, but as I say, I'm waiting a reply from Tiffany Nestor, the
Okay.
monitoring officer. I had that concern too.
Okay,
Thank you.
lovely. All right.
Yeah.
Could I ask a question before you leave?
Yeah, sure.
It's probably something you've heard Sarah discuss here before, but with the free school, I'd be quite interested to know about talking with Sarah, with her communications with the free school. They don't seem to have like a active travel plan or travel plan at all. So I'd be very interested to know what they'd say when asked about that specifically.
Yeah, I was concerned from the very beginning, when I was a parish councillor, to get that site, they had to submit a travel plan.
Right.
And it was, whoever was in charge of it had, I think they thought that traffic didn't exist, is the only way I could put it. It's blatantly obvious there's a need. they've expanded their parking area. They've got a holding point which is slightly better, but it holds up buses and everything. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to talk to them.
But they quite often don't use that holding point. So
No.
quite often the traffic is queued up to get in or out.
Yeah.
And that bit where you go in the southern
The extra bit,
entrance,
yeah.
that extra bit there, they don't
Yeah.
send the traffic round
No,
there.
no,
They
well,
park
so
on the
that's-
pavement.
that's
They
why
park on the
we're-
pavement.
Yeah,
Well,
the
A number of times you come there and see where a
and-
couple of cars have had a shunt and they're parked in the lay-by and there's
Yeah.
police cars or ambulances.
Yeah, that's
Quite
one.
regular.
That's exactly one of the things
And they
I'm
park on the
going
road
to
and
talk
they'll
to
use
them about.
illegal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll
Because I guess I'd be interested in if there was a travel plan and
Yeah.
it hasn't succeeded, then where's like the liability
Yeah.
for developers there?
Yeah.
That's
Well, it
with the
was-
question from me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Department of Education. So, yeah.
Got that bit done, which is good.
Okay, thank
Right,
you.
okay, thank you very much, David.
And thank you very much. Tim.
Okay, right, apologies for absence from Becky. We've had apologies from Becky, so she's the only one absent, so that's fine. Declarations of interest and code of conduct. Does anybody have any declarations of interest on any items on the agenda? Take that as a no across the board, Carol. To receive councillors' confirmation of any changes to register of interest forms.
That actually only applies to you three because they've only joined in the last couple of months.
Right. Okay.
So if you could just email me and confirm that there have been no changes. That'd be brilliant, thank you.
District Council.
Changes to register of interest. Okay, I'll do that when I get home, otherwise I shall forget. Right, to consider any dispensation requests made to the clerk. Have you had any of those? No, marvellous, right, okay. Consent to receive summons. To confirm consent under the Local Government Act 1972, Schedule 12, paragraph 10, brackets 2B, to receive summons to attend the meeting in electronic form.
So this means that you're happy for me to email you your agenda and minutes and things. Previously, I've asked people to send me an email and that hasn't worked, so I've changed and
just
everybody's
sign.
signing
Yeah,
a form.
Got everyone here.
Yeah,
Get
sign up,
over.
all done, all lovely, fine. So we'll pass that round then. While that's going round,
Didn't take long.
no, to appoint standing and statutory committees. Right, to confirm the membership of the Parish Council's Planning Committee, Staffing Committee, the Events Working Group, and any other committee or working group deemed necessary. Now, are we going to do what we normally do with the Planning Committee, in as much as we'll meet as and when planning requests come in?
Yes.
I think that's the best thing. Thankfully, we're in a village that doesn't get them every week, so we don't need that. Lovely, Carol, thank you. But we do need a staffing committee. There's 3 people on the staffing committee.
Yes, 3 is fine.
Okay, so the staffing committee comprises of 3 people. I know that Becky was happy to do that, so that's 1 person. Is there anybody else here that would like to be considered for the staffing committee?
What is the staffing committee?
Pardon?
What is the staffing committee?
Oh, well, it's when if we change staff.
Okay, sure.
Or, and it would be, do they do the appraisal, the staffing committee?
Somebody on the staffing committee,
Committee
not
does.
the whole committee.
No, sorry dear,
And
no,
they
you
only
don't
do
need
my-
3
They
people.
only do my
Yes,
appraisal.
because you do
so
caners,
I
don't
do
you?
caners.
Yeah. So it
Who's on
doesn't,
there now at the moment?
Well, nobody.
We haven't got one
yes,
at
we
the
didn't
moment,
do a
Martin.
staffing
Oh.
committee last
Oh.
year because it kind of died a death. But you're back to full complement
yeah, we've
now.
got full people, so now we want to try and reinstate. So you're happy to do it, Benedict?
So this would be if we needed to replace the
The
clerk.
No,
clerk or
the staffing committee will look after the staff. So if I have issues
Yeah.
or Kena has issues, we can come to you as the staffing committee.
Okay.
The staffing committee would normally meet twice a year.